Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and today, as always, I'm joined by my wonderful and with a full head of hair, just amazing, teaching assistant, Mr. Kurtis. Say hello to everybody.
Swoosh, swoosh.
Those are his locks. Can you hear them, everybody?
Yes, Professor. Thank you for introducing me. And I did spend extra time, extra conditioning my shampooed hair.
You look
today,
good,
so it's
Curtis. You look great. I gotta tell
Professor, I appreciate.
So you actually switched to. You're not using that 5-in-1 hair shower gel that you used to use. Are you actually using real conditioner now?
He's now using 10-in-1.
Well, I still use the multi-purpose dish and clothing and body and hair wash soap
and toilet bowl cleaner.
But after I do the whole suds and down, I have found that just adding a little extra conditioner back to the hair just adds a little bit on.
Now
gives a little back.
You are talking a bit weird for some reason. Does this have anything to do with the conditioner, or do you have something?
I know what conditioner you're using. You're using the I know which one you're using. You're using the one with the purple bottle. I forget the name of it, but it's got Arbok venom in it, and one of the side effects is that you get lockjaw and you can't speak very well. I think that's what's happening to Curtis right now.
This is just my sexy Sean Connery voice. That's how I talk when I got sexy hair.
Okay, maybe stop using that. I hear they tested on Cinchinos.
Oh,
Cinchinos. How do you pronounce that Pokemon's name?
I don't know, but the way you pronounced it sounded racist.
You tell
Those
me,
dirty
Professor.
Cinchinos.
Okay.
Cinchinos. That's the kind of pants I wear.
Oh my gosh.
And our third member here in these lessons, of course, you've heard him talking, is our wonderful, eager to learn student, Corbin. Say hello to everybody, Corbin.
Hey, ho,
Hello,
what's going
class.
on?
This is
sorry,
your principal.
Yes, the principal's
I
talking
would
to
like
us.
to remind everybody to maintain proper hygiene standards. We do not need any Tauros invasions on the school property today. I would like to remind everyone to wash their hands before and after starting all classes. Thank you very much and have a wonderful, productive day.
God, I fucking hate that guy. Okay, yeah, so...
I heard that Professor Jacob, the intercom is not on yet.
Oh, shit, I forgot this was a two-way PA system.
You're gonna need to see me after class.
Oh,
You have your hand on the intercom button, Professor. You got to get it off so he won't hear you.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Now I'm in so much trouble. Well, I'll have to deal with that after the lesson. For now, everybody come up to the front of class. Here, I have some soap here. You can soap down our hands real good. Yeah,
Okay,
these new regulations, apparently, not only can the Tauros smell our breath when we're not wearing masks, but they can also smell our dirty, nasty, dirty hands.
Yeah, we got to protect ourselves from those 30 to 50 rampaging Tauroses around the Kanto region. Those fuckers are wild.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You know, I would have guessed that it was the Pokerus disease that would have caused the pandemic here in the Pokemon world, but nope. Apparently it's Tauroses. All right, so come up there. Has everybody soaped up their hands real good?
Yeah, my hands are soapy, but I don't have any water. Whose idea was it to have a classroom installed without water? That's kind of stupid.
Well, you know what? I'm actually glad that you brought that up because it ties perfectly into today's Pokemon. Here, let me bring him out for you.
I don't see how a cocoon is going to help.
No, it's not Cocoon. Here, he is right here. You see him? Now,
Whoa!
I'm sure you guys know. Okay, please don't yell. Again, it scares
Whoa! That's
now he's in his
Turtwig?
shell.
That's
No,
a Turtwig.
It's the other turtle Pokemon.
Oh.
The other turtle starter Pokemon.
Yes, it is Squirtle, of course. So, does anybody here know what Squirtles are famous for?
Squirting.
Yes, they're famous squirters. So, if everybody puts out their hands right in front of our little Squirtle here, he will
Hey,
wash
buddy.
them off.
Hi. Oh, that's cold. Ugh.
Ooh. No, that's
Mine
too
was
much.
really warm.
You're washing out my conditioner.
Oh no! Oh wow,
no.
Mr. Curtis's hair is all floppy now.
Kurtis, I don't think he's blowing water on you. I think he's peeing on your leg.
Okay, that's enough, Squirtle. Come on back. Okay, so yes, as you know, we're talking about Squirtle today, also known as the tiny turtle Pokemon. Now, I don't know what a fucking turtle is. I've never heard of a turtle. I've heard of a Turtwig. I've heard of a Squirtle. But I don't know what a turtle is. So that's
it's anything that looks like Squirtle or Turtwig. I guess it's the category of Pokemon, so to speak. I'm doing your job, buddy.
I mean, that's that. I guess it comes from the name, right? Turt from Turtwig, Earl from Squirtle.
Earl. Yeah.
Ertl.
Turtle.
It's anything that has ert in it.
Yeah, I guess it's a weird like
amalgamation of
combination
two Pokemon names.
Yeah, was that a portmanteau? I don't know. I'm not an English professor. I'm a Pokemon professor. So while Squirtle was out, just getting our hands all nice and wet, and also the carpet, which was probably, now that I think about it, probably a mistake.
Yeah,
what did you guys...
smells. Again, we're not talking about that he didn't just spray water out of his mouth on Kurtis. Like, Kurtis actually fucking stinks.
Yes, he also sprays foam. Good eye. But did you notice anything else about Squirtle?
He peed on Kurtis. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you guys this. He stinks now.
I don't think so. That's the normal stink that comes from that direction of the classroom.
That's Kurtis stinks normally that much.
Oh,
Mr. Kurtis. Mr. Kurtis. Again.
Excuse me.
He's your teaching assistant.
Right, of course.
But yeah, anything at all. What did you guys notice about this Pokemon?
I did appreciate his strong, hard back.
His shell?
His shell. Yes,
yeah, his
shell. That's the word I was looking for.
Sounds like coming on to him.
That's a solid. This is why I follow you relentlessly, Professor. You
why?
Always know
because I know the word for shell.
You always know the words in my brains.
We finish each other's
shoes.
Yes, sure.
There you go.
That's it. What about you, Corbin? Did you notice anything about Squirtle?
He is very, very beautiful. Little kind of reddish black eyes. I thought he's really sweet.
Yeah. So pinkish, maybe purplish. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a cute little tail.
He does.
And a hooked mouth, I guess. I don't know. Would you call it like a
kind of a little bit like a beak, kind of
beakish,
a little bit like a beak,
beakish, maybe. But yeah, so we're gonna learn a lot about that today. It's interesting. Mr. Kurtis mentioned his shell because, well, a lot like Charmander, we're gonna see that there is a large focus on one central aspect of Squirtle.
His belly.
But let's really get into the meat of it. Into the meat of this lesson, which is, of course, reading all the Pokedex entries from the various regions. So starting with the good old Kanto region, our home. There's a couple here. First one here says, after birth, its back swells and hardens into a shell. Powerfully sprays foam from its mouth. Yeah, so it's interesting here that it says foam and not specifically water.
So what does afterbirth have to do with its shell and foam? I'm confused.
After space birth.
Oh, okay.
So after it is born,
by hatching out of an egg.
Gotcha. Yes, by hatching out of an egg, as all
Makes
Pokemon
sense.
are. All right. It shoots water at prey while in the water. So it shoots water at prey while in the water. And then it withdraws into its shell when in danger.
Huh.
And one last
Makes
one
sense.
from the Kanto region. It takes time for the shell to form and harden after hatching. It sprays foam powerfully from its mouth.
All right.
Yeah, so again, it's foam. So what we could kind of gather from the Kanto region is that when it's out of the water, it just squirts foam out of its mouth. But when it's in the water, it shoots water out of its mouth.
It's kind of weird, though. It's like, I don't know. Does it do that on purpose? Or like, I guess because when you're shooting foam in like under the water, I guess it wouldn't really go that far, which kind of makes sense. But like, I don't know. Either way, he'd be good for cleaning my dad's car. Because of the foam and... All right.
That doesn't make any sense. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. All right, never mind.
I ride a Rapidash to work every day, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow. To ride a Rapidash, and not get burned by it, it has to trust you.
I mean,
he has a saddle. It doesn't trust him yet.
It's my father's hand-me-down Rapidash, so He's pretty old. His flames don't burn
got some miles on
really
it.
bright anymore. So.
How much horsepower does it have? 1?
Most of the time, he just kind of bucks me off and drags me behind by the reins. But, I get here to work anyway. So.
That's how Kurtis gets to work. He's just like, all right, let's go. He just drags himself along the tail. That'd be funny.
Is that why the seat of your pants is always burned out by the time you get here?
Yeah, something like that.
That's why there's always holes in his pants and underwear because he's getting dragged
on the floor. On my butt spots.
Okay, well, we're not talking about Rapidash. We'll get there, I promise.
Okay.
Maybe next episode we'll talk about Rapidash. Maybe.
Somehow I don't think that's possible. I don't think Squirtle evolves into Rapidash, but I could be wrong.
Oh, really? Where's your degree in Pokemon biology?
That's right.
Huh?
I don't have one yet.
Sit down and let the professor do the talking.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sitting. I'm sorry.
All right. So now let's move on to the Johto region. Disgusting. The shell is soft when it's born. It soon becomes so resilient, prodding fingers will bounce off it.
What? What does that mean? Prodding fingers will bounce off of it? So, like, you barely touch it and you just fucking fly back?
No, it is very odd wording, and it definitely gets weirder.
So it's kind of like touching Mr. Kurtis's tummy. You just kind of bounce back.
Yeah, but one thing I would not describe Mr. Kurtis's tummy as strong or resilient.
But you can take belly shots out of it.
More like soft and doughy. So the next one is just as weird. It says the shell, which hardens soon after it is born, is resilient. If you poke it, it will bounce back out. So from the wording there, it's really, really weird. But I think you can like invent it like one of those like pop things. What are they called? Things that you flip inside out and then you put them on the counter and they go. And they pop up.
I don't know.
Like
no, you don't know? Okay, well.
A push pop, I don't know.
Like you
it's
push
basically,
it in,
it's the equivalent of like taking, it's the equivalent of like taking like your finger and pushing it against like a workout orb or a workout ball and it just kind of bounces back. So it's soft, but you can touch it and it just kind of like, I get what it's saying. The first entry making it sound kind of weird, but the second one makes more sense. So you kind of just press it and just kind of, your finger kind of bounces back.
Okay, but like, the first one says, prodding fingers will bounce off of it. And the next one says, if you poke it, it will bounce back out.
I think it's saying the same thing. I think whoever just wrote the first entry is a fucking idiot. So good job, Professor Elm, you dumbass.
Yeah, I think I'm not too impressed with these entries here.
Professor Elm, from what I've heard, is a little special anyway. He's not very highly acclaimed among the professor community, if you know what I mean.
I mean, what can we expect from the Johto region?
What do you got against the Johto, dude? My fucking uncle's from the Johto
Anyways,
region.
when Squirtle feels threatened, it draws its legs inside its shell and sprays water from its mouth.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's all from the Johto region. So we can move on to the much, much better Hoenn region. Where the world's just a little bit better. I've noticed something over these last couple of weeks. The Pokedex entries from the Hoenn region are like way longer than any other region.
Yeah, it's because Birch is the king of overkill. He just fucking has to write a 10-paragraph essay about every goddamn Pokemon.
Honestly, I think he's doing the most work here. I'm impressed by it. So let's read this first one.
Okay.
Squirtle's shell is not merely used for protection. The shell's rounded shape and the grooves on its surface help minimize resistance in water, enabling this Pokemon to swim at high speeds. You see, that brings something new to the table, not just, it's got a hard shell and it will go into its shell if threatened. Your fingers will bounce off of it. So Professor Birch, fucking nailing it. You're doing great.
Grade A professor.
Doing God's work there, Professor Birch.
Doing Arceus's work here.
That's right.
Okay. So the next one from the Hoenn region says, its shell is not just for protection, its rounded shape and the grooves on its surface minimize resistance in water, enabling squirrels to swim at high speeds. Very similar. It's only slightly different.
Right.
Another one here says, when it retracts its long neck into its shell, it squirts out water with vigorous force.
Long neck. I didn't notice a long neck on Squirtle just now when we saw him.
Yeah, and yet the Pokedex entries really just try to hammer that point home that Squirtle has a very long neck.
Yeah, I wouldn't. To me, it doesn't really look like it, but I guess we'll have to strip its shell and see one naked and find out.
Because like if you look at it, its arms are like very close to its head. We can't see its neck,
Right.
but its arms are like really close to its head.
We talking about Kurtis or the Squirtle we just saw?
I think we can draw a lot of similarities between Squirtle and Kurtis. Mr. Kurtis, that is.
Be nice.
Sorry, excuse me. Please continue.
Don't make me get the switch back out, Corbin.
No, you can't beat your students. We talked about this. Can't do that anymore.
I mean, he can as long as he has a 6-foot-long switch.
That's right.
Yeah, gotta keep our distance. Don't want those Tauros smelling us.
That is, if they smell, just don't draw blood, because if the Tauruses smell blood, they are
running.
The school's gone.
Yeah.
We do not want to anger the principal anymore.
I know. I mean,
I'm already gonna have to go wax his car after class because
what's with all these car cleanings going on?
You don't take care of your car? I don't even drive yet. I'm only 10, and I take care of my dad's.
Yeah, and I hear Mr. Kurtis is constantly washing and waxing his Rapidash.
Maybe that's why it hates you.
To keep it nice and squeaky clean.
How does one wash a Rapidash? Just like, how does that work?
Yeah, you have to be careful not to like put it out completely.
You're gonna kill it, dude.
Although I don't know, I don't know if Rapidashes work the same way as Charmanders do.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out in the next like 50
find out
weeks.
in
less than 50
now.
to 60.
Unless this class gets canceled.
I hope this class doesn't get canceled. I really enjoy learning and being beaten by Kurtis.
Anyways, moving on to the Sinnoh region. It shelters itself in its shell, then strikes back with spouts of water at every opportunity. I think that's it. Most of these other ones are just repeats of what we've already seen. Its shell is soft when it's born. It soon becomes so resilient. Prodding fingers will bounce back off of it. You know, they're really they're sticking with that. And there's another one here that talks about Squirtle's long neck. Yeah, so we've covered everything here in the Pokedex entries. Once again, the Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and Sinnoh really coming in clutch with the Pokedex entries, and all.
They're really the best ones, you know. Unova, Kalos, Galar, not really, and of course Alola, not really.
Wow, you completely forgot about the Alolan region.
Sorry. Who knows?
Yeah.
Those guys aren't the best. Next, you're gonna tell me that the Alolan Exeggutor has a short neck, since apparently Squirtle's got a long one.
He has a long neck, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Alolan region doesn't even have a Pokedex entry for Squirtle, which is confusing. Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
Step
it up.
Backwards over there.
This sucks, dude.
So, before we finish this portion, of course, I need to talk about the unique Pokedex entries that come to us from Mr. Ash Ketchum and Serena. I don't know her last name. But the first one here just comes from Ash. Says, Squirtle, this tiny turtle Pokemon. Again, turtle isn't a thing. I've never heard of a turtle before.
It's all right. We've talked about this. I know what a turtle is, and you don't. I should be the professor at this point. Okay, it's anything that looks like him. It's got a shell, same kind of bipedal look to it. Come on, man. I'm doing your job for you.
But it's just a weird. I mean, there are plenty of other Pokemon that have shells.
Name
aren't
one.
Shelter.
Okay.
Cloyster.
Yeah, but they don't have legs.
I mean, we're not even out of the Kanto region.
They don't have legs
Bagon.
like this guy. Okay. Bagon doesn't have a shell.
Has legs.
Bagon doesn't have a shell.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it does.
It's got like a fucking head.
It's 90% shell.
Corbin?
You're talking about Shelgon.
Oh, sorry. Shelgon.
Shelgon is just a giant, again, okay, whatever. Maybe Shelgon is a turtle type. We don't know. We got to get there in like 300 lessons.
But whatever. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, Squirtle, this tiny turtle Pokemon draws its long neck back into its shell to launch incredible water attacks. Ooh,
hot damn.
Gather round, folks, and watch these incredible water attacks.
And watch the long neck we haven't seen.
Its incredible long neck into its shell. Sorry. I got a little sidetracked there. So yeah, again, it draws its long neck into its shell to launch incredible water attacks with amazing range and accuracy. The blasts can be quite powerful. And then from Serena's Pokédex, we have Squirtle, the tiny turtle Pokemon. During battle, Squirtle hides in its shell. Wait. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
During battle, Squirtle hides in its shell.
Yes.
That sprays water at its opponent whenever it can. That has to be. It's supposed to be then, right?
Yeah.
I've noticed they've switched to saying Squirtle sprays water and says Squirtle sprays foam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, here in the Kanto region, we recognize that as foam. But it seems like most of the other regions are just like, nah, that's water.
Nah, that's water.
You idiots, it's water.
Y'all are fucking dumb.
Let's just say it's some bubbly water.
It's I mean, that's foam, pretty much.
It's H2O. That's all you got to know. Well,
Or
bubbles
is it like
is a
the
form
foam?
of water. Bubbles is a form of water. It's like gaseous water, kind of, right? Maybe.
No.
No?
It's air trapped in
Water.
in water.
So it's shooting water out. It's just a different form of water.
It's just mostly air.
So it's not entirely wrong. It is bubbles and water, kind of the same thing. It's just they're just calling it water now.
Here in Kanto, we describe it a little bit better. We're more
Yeah.
specific with it.
Yeah. Hats off to you, Professor Oak. Badass.
Yeah. My main squeeze, my BFF with
No, he's
benefits.
not.
I'll get there one day.
You will try.
Maybe.
Mr. Kurtis, you will try.
Oh, what? Sorry, I was just thinking out loud.
You were
I don't know
daydreaming.
what I was thinking.
He was daydreaming.
That's right.
Oh, what? Make sure a hypno doesn't come around and eat that dream.
Haha! Be
Ooh,
careful.
Pokemon jokes.
Professor, your jokes are always the best.
All right, stop sucking up.
Kissing that butt.
Before we move on to my favorite portion of this lesson, I want to give one article here that I found that, of course, it's not peer reviewed. It's in a black market journal that
What?
I have. I have
No.
my sources. I have my sources. All right. So
I
it
don't
gives us a little
trust
bit more
that.
information.
It's kind of sketch, but whatever. You do you, man.
Listen, I've said this many times before. It's important for us as budding Pokemon biologists to read things that may or may not be true with a grain of salt and decide for ourselves whether or not it has any truth to it, because that's what researchers do, right? We have to peer review others' work.
Do they? Do researchers look at the other bullshit, like the crazy conspiracy theories? Next year, what? What is this article going to say? That the Squirtle has a short neck? Huh?
That would be ridiculous, as we
That'd
have
be ridiculous.
Documented proof.
I don't
that
know,
he has
man.
a very long neck. Okay, but imagine what that imagine what that implies. Like, just imagine if you were to take away the shell, he's just got like a really long, skinny neck that goes like halfway down to like the bottom of the shell.
It's probably just like a slinky. He's probably just has it like recoiled that he can like really stretch that shit
Coiled
out.
right up there.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I think when it's out of the shell, that's like its maximum length,
I don't know.
right?
Right, but we don't know.
So
how
then the slinky would be fully extended at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to see a fully erect Squirtle to be able to tell.
All right, here, I'm gonna get my Squirrel back out here. I'm gonna rip off the shell.
No, don't do that. Don't.
No.
Okay, that's abuse.
Oh,
No.
listen.
What are you, fucking Team Rocket? Are you? Huh? I can see it. Are you?
Anyways, this article here says
He didn't answer my
Squirtle
question,
is
Mr.
a
Curtis.
small Pokemon that resembles a light blue turtle. What the fuck is a turtle? It resembles a light blue turtle, but what is a turtle?
We've been over this. It's anything that looks like a Squirtle or a Turtwig that like is.
Then it wouldn't resemble a light blue turtle. It would be a light blue turtle.
It'd be a
I'm sorry.
light
This article is
blue
just
Squirtle.
it's just hokum. It is false. But I'm gonna keep reading it. While it typically walks on its two short legs, it has been shown to run on all fours. It has large purplish or reddish eyes and a slightly hooked upper lip. I'd describe it as a beak, but whatever.
Yeah, it looks kind of.
Each of its hands and feet have 3 pointed digits. At the end of its long tail curls inward. Its body is encased by a tough shell that forms and hardens after birth. After space birth.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yes. This shell is brown on the top and pale yellow on the bottom, and has a thick white ridge between the two halves.
Okay.
Squirtle shell is a useful tool. It can withdraw into the shell for protection or to sleep, so it also sleeps in there, apparently. Nice. Although we haven't witnessed that, and we might want to test that out for ourselves just to see if that's where he sleeps. The grooved, rounded shape helps to reduce water resistance, allowing the Pokemon to swim at high speeds. Squirtle can... Okay, now this is an interesting description here. Squirtle can spray foamy water. So that kind of like...
combines the two, I guess.
From its mouth with great accuracy.
Ooh.
Squirtle is scarce in the wild, although it can be found around small ponds and lakes.
Nice.
It has been shown that it can be found living on secluded islands with other members of its evolutionary line.
Huh.
Yeah, and so that's where the article ends.
Like Rapidash.
Like, right. Like puffy-haired Squirtle and Big Squirtle.
That's their technical names. Good job, Mr. Kurtis.
Yeah, that's how we describe them in the biology community.
Puffy-eared Squirtle and Big Squirtle with guns.
Big Squirrel with guns.
The Second Amendment Squirtle.
So that concludes the lesson portion. But let's go into my favorite part, where I see how much you guys actually learned in our pop quiz. Play the pop quiz music. Play the pop quiz music. All right.
We have pop quiz music. Who played that?
Right? Well, that's for the listeners. You don't get that.
Oh, okay.
Those studying at home.
Oh, okay.
Those wonderful students studying at home. We have to give them a little bit of extra incentive, because they don't get the full experience here. They didn't get the Squirtle foam on their hands like you guys did.
Right, of course. So we have to give them music.
So
that's a good that's a good thing to do.
Their hair
middle ground, yeah.
Get good middle ground. You can't get your hands squirted on by a Squirtle, but here's some fucking music.
Maybe a little air horns here and there. Who knows?
I don't know about that.
The editor will take care of that. I don't edit these.
Doesn't the janitor edit these?
We don't have a janitor. Well, I mean, we don't have a real janitor.
No, I clean up after class.
We have Mr. Curtis here, but we don't have
right, he does
janitor.
a terrible job.
You just gonna take that, Mr. Curtis? He says you did a terrible job.
All right, it's time for the switch then. Come on. Get ready. Here comes my 6-footer.
So wait, Professor, you're telling me that
he's getting his Switch out.
Professor, you're telling me that you take your recording device and you upload the audio to some platform for the other students to listen to, and somebody who we don't know, who may or may not be employed by the school, just edits this? You don't know who it is?
I know who edits it.
Oh.
I didn't say I didn't know. I'm just saying that it's their job, not mine.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah.
You gonna tell me about this mystery person?
One day.
He's really shitty. And
it is Mr. Kurtis. I knew it.
You're okay. Again, you're stalling for time.
I am, because I don't want to take this quiz and lose again.
Okay. Well, it's not a competition.
To you.
All right.
To you.
Does everybody have their pens and pencils?
I have my pens and pencils.
You will need both. You will need colored pencils for this one.
Why?
I have my pack ready to go.
Do you have yours, Mr. Corbin?
Professor?
I have my colored pencil pack. Okay, I'm 10 years old. Good. I always carry it with me. You kidding me?
Okay. Well, you need Sharpies too.
Oh, okay. Well, I have those too. I mean, I sniffed like 3 of them before I came in here. I'm feeling a little woozy, but yeah, I got the rest.
Dude, don't bogart those Sharpies. Give me a whiff.
No, you get it later. We'll see how I do on this quiz, and I may give you one.
All right. Question number 1. Air horns again. So we're starting off with a true/false question. When Squirtle is first born, it doesn't have a shell. True or false?
Oh, fuck!
Don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud.
Oh, Kurtis, do you know? Can I see your computer? Huh?
Stay over there.
Okay, all right.
Hey, what are you two whispering over there?
6
nothing.
feet away.
Nothing. Okay, I
don't want those Tauruses in here.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we can't have those Tauruses coming here and breaking down the school building like Charizard did last week. I got my answer, by the way.
Mr. Kurtis is taking his time. Okay. So interesting. We have 2 significantly different answers here.
Okay.
Again, the question was, when Squirtle is first born, it doesn't have a shell. True or false?
Right.
Now, Corbin answered with false, indicating that it does have a shell when it's first born. And Kurtis responded with, true, they floppy boys. Now, this is, I mean, I think we hammered this point home pretty hard. It is true. Squirtles, when they're first born, don't have their shells.
Oh, fuck. I thought it was born with a shell. It was just soft.
No, it's not. But it's not a shell.
I mean, but that is a shell. It's just a soft shell. You know what I mean?
See here, let me, from the very first Pokedex entry here from the Kanto region says, after birth, its back swells and hardens into a shell.
So that's implying that it doesn't have one.
It.
Okay, my bad.
They aren't born with it. Yeah.
All right.
So I'm gonna have to dock you points for that.
I fucked it, Professor. I fucked it. Fucked it up.
On the word go, you just
moved in the wrong direction.
God, I stink as much as Kurtis' side of the room.
You were on the start line, the light turned green, and you were in reverse.
I fucking suck. Dick for a 10-year-old. That sounded weird. Keep going, please.
Question number 2. What is Squirtle's go-to strategy in battle? Now this has 2 parts to it. He generally does 2 things one after the other. I'm not giving you any more hints.
Okay, so it's 2 things. It's 1-2 punch sort of thing.
It's kind of his 1-2 strategy.
Okay, I think I know it. I think I got it. I fucked up the first question, but I think I got this one. I think I got it. I'm confident. I'm focused. I'm ready.
Hey, and that's half of the battle. Confidence is half of the battle.
What's the second half?
Getting the right answer is the other half, and arguably it's the more important half.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, the answers are in. Corbin responded with, they recoil in their shell and then squirt water.
Right.
Yes, that is what you wrote.
That's what I wrote. I remember that. I remember writing that.
And Mr. Kurtis responded with, hunker down in that shell and spray that bubbly H2O. It's a weird juxtaposition with, the very
so extra.
Down to earth text, and then he used the chemical formula for water, which is I like that. But you were both correct.
Bonus point.
Yay! Woo! Told you.
This is Squirtle's go-to strategy is to, when he's in a battle, he goes right into that shell. He takes that long neck of his,
puts
it right into his shell, and then he just squirts out water whenever he gets a chance. Now this is the last question. It's kind of a short quiz. Squirtle's shell isn't only used for protection. What is its other purpose, and how does it achieve this?
Okay.
Okay. Did you get that? I'm not saying it again.
Why would you do that?
Why would I do what?
Well, I'm saying, why would you only repeat it once? I know what it is. You asked what else the shell is used for besides protection.
Mm-hmm. And?
I know the answer. I'm not going to say because I don't want to give Kurtis the right answer.
Well, I mean,
that's right.
Is that
don't worry?
Is that all?
I don't
of the
need
question,
it.
Though?
Oh, I know
This is only the 6th time I've taken this class. I don't need your help.
Wait, was it 6 or 7?
Every time.
I think last lesson you said it was 7. I can't remember though. But yeah, you've taken this lesson 100 times, so of course you know these answers.
That's right.
Although he hasn't sent me his answer yet, so I'm not sure that he does know.
He has literally gotten his Pokemon. He's taken all these lessons before. He's gotten his degree. He just wants to be with you, Professor. I don't know. He's just obsessed with you.
No, he fails the final test every time.
He gets 100 on like every exam except for the last one.
On his 10th time that he fails it, we're gonna give it to him honorarily. Is that a word, honorarily? I don't know. Okay, so Corbin answered with, it's used for streamlining for swimming.
Could have worded that a bit better, but
you could have worded it a bit better, but I guess it gets the point.
I went to the Mr. Kurtis school of typing and grammar.
Of hard lessons.
Yeah, interesting that you say that, because Kurtis answered with, those streamlined grooves reduce water resistance.
Actually wasn't bad. Nice.
So here again, it was important that you were listening because you missed the second part of the question, Corbin.
What?
It says, what is its purpose and how does it achieve that purpose? You just gave me the purpose. You didn't tell me how it achieved it. Kurtis mentioned that it's the grooves that reduce water resistance.
I don't
you
think
just
we
said that it uses it for swimming.
When did we ever mention that Squirtle likes to dance and that it likes to groove? I don't remember ever. I don't remember that was a thing.
The grooves, the rounded shape and grooved surface of the shell allows it it lowers the water resistance, making it swim fast.
Oh, drop my Pokedex, sorry. I promise I didn't have the answers out.
Hey.
You better not have had that out.
I did not. I did not. I was just listening to
All right.
music.
So you get half points for that one.
Oh, I want to learn how to play music through my Pokedex.
Yeah, you have to just go to the radio setting and you can listen to the Poké Flute mix. I mean, it's great. It's awesome. It's soothing.
I heard that those were run by Rotoms, though.
Yeah, I don't know about the Rotom dexes. They're not always the best. It's definitely glitchy, but you know what? It works. I like listening to my Poké Flute. Calms me down. Without it, I get a little angry. I'm fine. My 10-year-old rage is subdued when I listen to the Poké Flute mixes on my my playlist. I'm good.
So I have the scores here. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Corbin, but this is your lowest scoring quiz yet.
No way. I thought I was doing great.
It's pretty bad. You only got one question fully correct.
Well, I mean, it's really the effort that counts. I mean, come on.
Effort counts to a certain degree, but also the grade does matter. So, Mr. Kurtis got a beautiful 100%, as he always does.
Whoop, whoop. There it is.
Wait, our quiz is already over?
Yeah, it's only 3 questions.
What the fuck? Can't I get extra credit? Come on. Please?
No. Maybe you can earn some extra credit in the next one, but I don't have any extra credit prepared for this lesson, unfortunately. You got a 48, so you're gonna need that extra credit.
God
that's
damn
okay.
it.
You know what? At the end of each semester, I allow you to drop one quiz.
Can I drop all of them that I don't do well on?
You can drop one quiz.
Okay.
It can be your lowest one. It can be whichever one you want.
Okay.
I mean, I would suggest you drop the lowest one, but that's.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully this is the lowest one. Hopefully your next showing won't be as deplorable.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
But of course, this is not a math class, so.
What does that have to do with that?
Yeah, I don't do math. Which so okay, fine. It's not exactly 48%. It's like closer to like 50 point something or other percent.
There you go. Those extra 2.5 points matter. Okay.
You got like half a point in here somewhere. I don't know. It's very complicated. My scoring system.
Okay.
So yeah, that was today's lesson. All on our wonderful Squirtle, the tiny turtle Pokemon. Next week we will be talking about Squirtle's evolution, if you can believe it or not. Can either of you guys tell me what that is? And I know that we all know that it's the fluffy Squirtle, but I need its scientific name.
The wart turtle. That's what they call him, right? Wart turtle?
No, not quite. But for spirit, I'm gonna give it to you.
Yes.
We're talking about war turtle.
Yes. Does that count towards my grade? Because I got it right. I said wart turtle.
It does. No, this counts towards the stickers that you get at the end of each class.
Oh, my fucking favorite.
Yeah. So you get another star sticker. Congratulations.
Yay. Fuck this.
Mr. Kurtis, are you excited to learn about war turtle once again?
Oh, I cannot wait. Professor.
I should preface this by saying that this is one of the Pokemon that I have the hardest time saying its name.
Well, I mean, that's because you're stupid.
That's why I call it that big fluffy-eared Squirtle.
So it's war turtle.
War turtle, yeah.
War turtle.
Wart hurdle.
Wordle.
It's not turtle, because remember, turtle isn't a thing. It's war turtle.
Wordle turtle.
So just give me war turtle like 5 times fast.
Water turtle, water
Wordle,
turtle,
wordle,
water turtle,
wordle,
water
wordle,
turtle,
wordle,
water
wordle.
turtle. That's it, right?
Yep. You know what? I think this is the perfect time to end it. Until next time, class is dismissed.